Namaste, I am Rama Varma. This year, many of us music lovers are extremely happy to celebrate the birth centenary of one of the greatest musicians, composers, scholars, human beings the world has ever seen. Varadadasa Sri M.D. Ramanathan. I am 54 years old now. I don't remember things which happened when I was 2 months old or maybe 6 months old. But from the time I remember, Sri M.D. Ramanathan has been one of the most important presences in my life. Those days I had never imagined that I would learn Carnatic music or even take up music as a profession or way of life. But from the time I was very small, whenever I would hear his voice, I would just drop everything else and be spellbound and mesmerized. It is after learning music that I discovered so many reasons why, what is it that attracted me so much. This year, my good friend Sri Krishnamurthy of Tripunithra is doing an amazing service by uploading one video of either a concert by Sri M.D. Ramanathan or a video like this where people share their sentiments about him and his music. So it's my great pleasure to be part of this series made by Sri Krishnamurthy, who is now called MDR Day Krishnamurthy, because he was the first person to have a day and a concert dedicated to M.D. Ramanathan, which became an annual feature. I had the privilege of being the first person to give an MDR Day concert with only compositions by Sri M.D. Ramanathan, which I don't think M.D. Ramanathan himself has done. He would normally sing just Tilana and maybe 1 or 2 songs per concert. I've spoken and written so much about M.D. Ramanathan, and every time, even if I'm given 1 hour, or 2 hours or 6 hours, I feel it's not enough. Just the way he sang Enduro Mahanupavulu or Kamakshi or any of the Kedaram songs or Shahana or Yadugala Kambuji or Devaganthari or Ananda Bhairavi or his Varagalamu. Any one composition merits several hours of discussion and introspection and examination and evaluation and whatever, and of course savoring also. But I have been watching the other videos, so based on the general trend, I will make this kind of not very long. What is the relevance of M.D. Ramanathan now, a gentleman who passed away in 1984? When we look at the trends in Carnatic music specifically, everything changes. Right? Nobody sang in 1930s the way they sing now. So everything changes. Some changes are good, some changes are bad, and only time will tell what is valuable, what remains and what fades away. If we look at the current trend happening in Carnatic music specifically, we find generally, there are always exceptions, like M.D. Ramanathan himself was an exception compared to how so many others sang during his time. But generally one finds the pitch increasing, especially among male voices. So male voices, the Shruti keeps going higher and higher and higher. The more high pitched seems to be better, 1. The more aggressive seems to be better, 2. The more fast seems to be better, 3. And not much care given about the lyrics, their meaning, and the purity of the notes and the purity of the gamakams. The gamakams form the heart of South Indian classical. Gamakams are the oscillations. If we keep all this in mind, M.D. Ramanathan is kind of like a speed breaker. When a car is going out of control, overspeeding, which is sure to result in a very, very bad, fatal or very, very critical accident, then we have a speed breaker or you have a warning, hey, go slow, take it easy. So like that, when the general trend is like rushing headlong into some kind of weird, hyper fast madness, if we just take time to explore and discover the artistry, the mind, the mindset, the spirit of M.D. Ramanathan, it will serve as a much needed kind of control of this uncontrolled thing which is happening now. So, which doesn't mean to say that M.D. Ramanathan sang only slowly. He sang very fast also. But so many aspects, just the male voice. When you listen to M.D. Ramanathan, it is best to listen through real speakers and not using headphones, because his voice was something. I had the privilege of listening to him live for so many years until he passed away. Till 1983, I used to listen to his live concerts. And it is not like a voice which you just hear, it's like one wave which hits the entire body. So, which can't be recreated electronically, but at least in a good sound system, if we listen to that, we can get the experience of being hit and being submerged in the wave of sound that used to come from this tremendous body. Physically he was very, very big. He was 6 feet, more than 6 feet tall, and his frame was very big. So that entire frame, the way he sat straight, it used to act as a kind of resonance producing machine. So that itself, if we have high blood pressure or hypertension, it has this automatic effect of calming us. So that is one, just the voice. Second, taking time. Suppose we have a feast of 10 items or 15 items. We are eating like that. We won't relish anything. But we just take, even if it's just one fistful of rice with curds and some mango pickle or lime pickle, just take one and put it in your mouth and really savor and relish first the aroma from the pickle and from the curd, and you put it in the mouth. Aha! No? You relish that and take your time to feel the taste spread in your mouth, and then chew, taking your time and swallow that. Then just the enjoyment, the complete enjoyment of this one ball of rice will ensure that you won't just keep shoving things in your mouth, but that you'll take your time, relish everything. That mindset in life in general, not only in Carnatic music, generally in English they say to stop and smell the roses. People are so busy walking that there's this nice rose bush nearby and nobody even notices. While a person who takes their time, they look, wow, this rose, you don't pluck the rose, but you just smell, wow. No, that enjoyment, rasana, enjoyment of everything in life, not only music, food or relationships or conversation or scenery, so many things in life we can enjoy, relish at a deeper level. That mindset which people are losing. I mean, I just had a trip outside India. And I find there is stunning scenery. There's sunrise, there's a sunset, there's a moonlight landing. On full moon, the flight is landing in an airport, and I am looking outside the window. When I look, everyone is sitting with their face buried in their mobile phone or tablet or laptop or whatever, and this is free of cost. You can just see all this, and they miss out on that. And what they are doing, of course, I don't know what they are doing in their computers, but they miss so much which is available for free. This, if we use M.D. Ramanathan not just to enjoy his Yadugala Kamboji or Bhairavi, but you use that whole personality, the mind, the spirit of that man in our life, we apply that, then really with the same things which we already have in life, the quality of our life, the level of enjoyment, rasana, peace, everything will be much more. Then looking at the compositions, most of them we sing starting with Saint Tyagaraja, then Dikshitar, then Shyama Shastri, then Maharaja Swadhitranath, then Patna Subramaniya. So I'm just showing not that each one is less than the other person, but 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is a complete matter of personal taste. One person might feel that with just one Bhairavi Swarajati, Shyama Shastri is the best. And we can't argue with that. Somebody might say this person made Varnam, Tillana, Javali, Padam, so he is the best. So Tyagaraja made Pancharatam. So it's a very subjective thing. There's no need to even wonder who was the best. Each person had their own amazing strengths and some weaknesses also. So compositions, but generally in the Carnatic concert menu, maximum Tyagaraja songs are sung, followed by Dikshitar, followed by Patnam Subramaniya and others. And we find that the language used by these people would be maximum Telugu and Sanskritam. So I am a Malayali, I don't know Telugu or Sanskritam. But when we make our career singing Tyagaraja Kritis and Dikshitar Kritis, and we don't bother to learn either Telugu or Sanskritam, it is quite sad. So in my case, I don't converse in Telugu or Sanskritam, but at least over the years, I've been teaching myself. It is an ongoing process. I'm not saying I know everything. Even now, I'm learning. And the more you learn, the more you discover how much more there is to learn. And this man, without internet, without Google, without the facilities we have now, man born 100 years ago in Palakkad, a Malayali gentleman, he taught himself Sanskritam and Telugu to such an extent that he has written his Sanskritam compositions in Sanskritam script and Telugu songs in Telugu script. So when he sang a Tyagaraja Kriti, the proximity to the Kavi Hrudayam or the poetic heart, soul and spirit of Tyagaraja is very, very, very high. So once we listen to Kaligi Unte Gada or even a simple song like Sita Pate, for example, in Kamas, or Terati Garada, there are so many songs which we would have heard so many times rendered by so many people. But when M.D. Ramanathan sang that, suddenly it is like, hey, this sounds so different. Some people would find it stunning, some people would find it weird, some people would find it disturbing. But if we pay attention, why does this sound different? And then we look at the lyrics, look at the meaning, look at the spirit of the composer, we find that he reached closer to the mind of the composer than many other singers from the past and from the present did and do. So I am an eternal music student, and I always look at what I can get to make my music better or richer or more meaningful. And M.D. Ramanathan is this gift that keeps on giving. Even the same recording, if it's a concert, we can sing Vatapi in fast or moderate speed or slow. But if it's a recording, we can't change anything. The same thing will play again and again. Even in a recording I have listened to hundreds of times, suddenly I find one small inflection which I might have missed earlier, and it never becomes jaded or boring. Again and again, something is there hidden for us to, because it's not all served open on a platter. It is all suggestive and subtle. So suggestive and subtle, we need to be that sensitive to unearth and slowly, gradually delve into that. There is something very precious buried here. So we just do like that, that thing will also be destroyed. So we have to gently unravel, like unpeeling an onion, for example. Onion, we just take one peel of skin and then one more, delicately. Like that, M.D. Ramanathan is a layered kind of phenomenon. First the sound, then his talam. Palghat Maniyar used to say he had Brahmalayam, which is like a machine. It never went fast or slow. The pace at which he started, rock hard talam, it remained like that. Shruti is not singing no, each note has its shruti, its position. So when we have sa, then ga has, so ga has pacing, it's flat, ga it's sharp. It's just the correct position of ga, ma. Each of the notes in their pure position and the shuddhi, the purity of gamakams. There also he scored. Normally we would think somebody who does heavy gamakams, they can only shake everything, and shuddha swarams or pure notes will not be in place. And vice versa, we might feel that somebody who sings the pure notes correctly, they may be staccato and may not get the oscillations correct. But he scored 100 out of 100 in both the pure notes and the gamakams. And he used to bring out the best, the absolute best, specifically from his mridangam accompaniment. So a person like Vellore Ramabhadran, whose sound was so melodious, people used to call him Nadabhadran. So Nadabhadran, Ramabhadran, who used to play generally Sarvalakhu, which is ideal to accompany a person like Madurai Maniyar, who is another of my favorites. The way Vellore Ramabhadran played for M.D. Ramanathan was completely different from how he played for anybody else. He would just go out and it will be punctuated and really different approach. Same way Umayalpura Sivaramana, T.V. Gopalakrishnan, Palgad Raghu, Palgad Maniyayyar, T.K. Murthy. I mean, so many of them, there are people who may not have played much for him. Even those people, when they play for him, something else comes out. It is like one unexplored part of their facet of their personality which gets activated by him, by his music and by his manodharmam, imagination, aesthetics. So it's a very, very, very rich source of study for a serious music student, music lover, music guru, music performer. To take the way he sings, he elaborates Keeravani, for example. It gives a different picture altogether, but it is Keeravani. It doesn't just, now there are some people who will do only what should not be done just to sound different. That is, it is different definitely, but it is perverted. When everything we do, the question is why. Instead of why, they say why not. Nobody has said that I should not wear the kurta down and the dhoti up. Why not? So if we say why not, then we can do anything. We can start with Mangalam and finish with Varnam, or anything we can do. But then it's one anarchy and confusion and whatever that happens. But in that situation, M.D. Ramanathan would be different, but it would be very, very, very deeply rooted in tradition and completely authentic. It is not spurious or just one fad or anything like that. So in the idiom of a normal Keeravani, he used to bring one Shuddha Swaram for Gandharam or something like that, and it will be stunning, just little touches here. So which make it very, very vivid and unique and individualistic, which we don't have to imitate M.D. Ramanathan, but we can use him and the body of work that he has left to benefit ourselves and our music and our scholarship and our insights in a very, very profound and meaningful and useful way, which is what I've been doing, which is what I hope to do until the last day of my life. He was a great composer also. Many of his compositions are sleeping in his notebooks because he has not written the notation, just the lyrics are written and they are like that. And suppose it's a Telugu composition where he has not written the notation, only a person who reads Telugu can understand that. Similarly in Tamil, many are there, but a few compositions have been gradually coming out during the past 20 years. Again, I have had the pleasure of being the first to sing an M.D. Ramanathan composition, kind of in a big way, which was Sagara Shayana Vibho, which was a very, very friendly exchange between Palgad K.V. Narayanaswamy and me. He was also, though his approach, his sound, everything was very different, he was also a very, very, very big admirer of Sri M.D. Ramanathan. At that time, all these recordings like Sri Krishnamurti was putting out were not available. This is in 1987, around that time, just before K.V. and Mama got the Sangeeta Kalanidhi. Those days I had never dreamt that I would sing in public and all that. So whenever these big musicians came to my house, my family members would say, we have a boy who is singing, you sing a song. And every single time I used to sing Sagara Shayana Vibho. And KV and Mama liked the song a lot and he wanted to learn that. And he said there was another composition by M.D. Ramanathan on Sri Tyagaraja in Kedaram, Tyagaraja Gurum Ashray, which I had never heard at that time. So as a friendly exchange, I taught KV and Mama Sagara Shayana and he taught me Tyagaraja Gurum Ashray, both of which are getting popular now. Sagara Shayana especially through KV and Mama, who used to sing it very, very, very frequently. In fact, so much that once I started singing a lot, I would sing Sagara Shayana and somebody from the audience would say, oh, this is a KVN song, I've heard that. So they would associate this composition maximum with KV and Mama more than with even M.D. Ramanathan. I can go on speaking about M.D. Ramanathan, but I hope I was able to convey some tips, mostly for music students and musicians. If they can take, I'm not saying just follow what I say, but try for yourself. Now there are hundreds of recordings in the same channel, MDR Day Krishnamurti channel, where you can explore. Some recording quality may be better, some may be not that good. Sometimes MD Ramanathan would be in a firebrand, explosive mood, and sometimes he might be tired and kind of indifferent. Say, mood no part how are you feeling? Like that, he'll be like just looking at the clock and hoping to finish. So there are different. It's not like one plastic standardized thing. Every concert, every experience is different. Even the same composition in 5 different compositions, he sings Vatapi, means 5 times it will be different. 5 Vatapis you can get. So I don't think I've spoken so fast without a full stop or comma. But I'm very happy that MDR Day Krishnamurthy is doing this wonderful archiving project of MDR material, his concerts, people sharing their insights about him in his YouTube channel. And as a person who has been celebrating MDR Day every day of my life, not only once a year or for his centenary, I feel very happy to be part of this wonderful effort. And every morning, like when I get up, I brush my teeth and I go to the bathroom, like that. It's become a daily routine. I get up in the morning and check MDR Day Krishnamurthy channel to see what treasure has come today. And with MD Ramanathan, mostly the top accompaniments played. So when we listen to an MDR concert with MS Gopalakrishnan and TV Gopalakrishnan, for example, or with Guru Ardure or Palgad Raghu or Mani, anybody, we are not hearing just MD Ramanathan. The same MS Gopalakrishnan who has played this way with that person and that way with this person. See how MS Gopalakrishnan has played for MD Ramanathan. That is a lesson also. So there is so much to learn. And the same recording we can listen to again and again, rather than just, okay, today's upload, I listened once, okay, that's done. No, we need to really listen many times for the music to reveal all its treasures. It's not that there is easy listening. When you are sitting in the lobby of a 5-star hotel and some music is going on, we are checking our phone or reading a book or chatting with somebody, this music is in the background. That is called easy listening, which does not require any effort from our side, while this is difficult listening, where we really have to make time, make space, switch off our phone and give complete attention and listen deeply for the same music. Somebody listens to the same recording casually and somebody listens very carefully. What they benefit would be very different. So the more deeply you listen, the more deeply you benefit and I benefit, because MD Ramanathan, he is no longer here physically with us. So whether we listen 100 times or 3 times, it doesn't make any difference to him, but it does make a very big difference to us. And I hope not only this small video by me, I hope whoever watches this video, I'll upload this in Music Box channel also, where my few fans check out my output. So whoever watches this video, I hope you'll make the effort, make the time, particularly if you are a practitioner, student or serious listener or teacher of Carnatic music. Please go to MDR Day Krishnamurthy YouTube channel and slowly, but taking attention, giving attention, listen to all his uploads, and it will be a gift for yourself. I will stop now. My prayers and best wishes for this wonderful effort. Bye.